Hey guys, it's John from AntlerScore.com. I'm going to do another product review today. It's going to be on the Rinehart 18-in-1 target, which is right behind me. In this video, we're going to physically look at the target, we're going to field test it, we're going to beat it up a little bit, and then when we get to the end, we'll cover cost, warranty, where you can get the thing, alright? So here we go. Rinehart 18-in-1 target. It's got 18 targets. Each target is at a different angle. The good thing about that is two things. One, you're not pounding the same side all the time. Number two, you can shoot from any side of the target, including elevated up in a tree stand. This target is lightweight. It measures 15 inches by 15 inches by 15 inches, so essentially it's a smaller cube, and that makes it a real portable target. You can move it around, you can throw it in the back of your truck, take it with you, whatever. It's nice that way. The product has a built-in rope handle, so unlike some of the other targets that have handles that are attached to the outside, the rope is actually molded right into the foam on the target. So it should be, hypothetically, a little bit more durable. But what we're going to do is take it outside and we're going to see if we can rip the handle out of this thing. I guess it is a tough little target. The handle, we couldn't pull it out, and that's a good thing. Alright, we're going to move on. According to the manufacturer, this product is made from a self-healing foam. It's also supposed to be safe for field tips, expandable broadheads, and fixed blade broadheads. Extraction of the arrow is supposed to be easy because there's no fillers or layers in this product. We're going to field test each one of these things. I'm going to look at a field tip, I'm going to look at a practice broadhead, an expandable broadhead, and a fixed blade broadhead, okay? For the purpose of this video, all the shots that I take with my bow are going to be from about 15 yards. Last time I checked, my bow shoots about 290 feet per second, so that'll give you kind of an idea of the speed. Specifically in the following footage, we're going to look at a few things. We'll shoot the arrow into the target and we'll see what kind of penetration it gets. We'll see how easy extraction of the arrow is, and then what we can do is zoom in a little bit closer on the field tip or the broadhead, and when we pull it out we can see if the foam actually does heal back up like it's supposed to, as well as if the blades are going to rip out any of the foam or the inside of the target. The first tip we're going to look at is a 100 grain field point. The second tip that we're going to look at is a Rage Practice Expandable Broadhead. The third tip that we're going to look at is a Rage Extreme Broadhead. And lastly, we're going to shoot a 100 grain fixed blade broadhead into the target. Alright guys, as far as penetration goes, as you saw, there was still a lot of arrows sticking out regardless of the tip that we use, so the target does do a pretty good job of stopping the arrows. As far as extraction goes, I didn't have any issues pulling out any of the arrows regardless of if it was a field tip, broadhead, fixed broadhead, whatever. And the holes did close up nicely. Even with that big Rage Extreme, the hole still seemed to seal back shut behind it, which was nice. As far as the foam coming out, well, we did see a little bit of foam in the blades of both the expandable as well as the fixed blade, but it wasn't terrible. I guess I would expect that those blades are going to pull some of the target out no matter what you're shooting at. I think you were able to see that in the footage. Alright, cost and where you can get it. If you go to the website for Rinehart Targets, which I'm going to put below this video, they've got it listed for $150. However, I did find it on Cabela's and Bass Pro's websites for 130. Gander had it on their website for $120. As far as warranty goes, Rinehart's pretty confident in this product. They have a deal with this target where if you can shoot out all 18 sides in one calendar year, they'll send you a new one. Let's recap. The pros of this product: it's small, it's portable, it's got a nice handle, you can just throw it in the truck and bring it with you. I've personally shot over 1,000 arrows into the target that I showed in this video, so I feel like I'm only scratching the surface, and it should last me quite a few years. Lastly, it does handle a variety of different tips, as the manufacturer stated. The field tips, the expandables, the practice expandables, the fixed blades, they all worked really well in this target, both going in and coming out. Okay, cons. The negatives of this product, we talked about the size being a positive. I think the size can also be a negative depending on what kind of shooter you are. If I get out past 50 yards with this product, I feel like it's starting to get kind of small. I'm not a great archer. I like to have a little bit more target to shoot at in case I miss. So once you start to get out a little bit further, you know, it may be nice to have a bigger target. The second thing is extraction, or pulling the arrow out. Now, I did my research on this product, looking at all the reviews online, and overwhelmingly what people complained about was being able to pull arrows out of this target. This is a hard thing for me to review because you saw the footage, I was able to pull the arrows out, but I don't know who's watching this video. One guy watching it might have arms like a praying mantis, and another guy might be the second coming of the Ultimate Warrior. The only thing I can tell you is that I didn't have a problem pulling out any of the arrows with any of the tips. Lastly, the one thing we didn't show you, but we're going to show you right now, is that if you're not shooting center mass on this target, for instance, if you're facing it but you're shooting at the targets that are on an angle, the target will spin on you. It won't spin severely, but if you keep pounding arrows into the corner of it or the side, it'll spin. That's not a huge problem, but something to be aware of. Lastly, guys, I just want to cover some limitations of this video. I don't shoot a crossbow. I don't own a crossbow. We didn't shoot a crossbow into this target. So, you know, if you shoot a crossbow, I did see lots and lots of reviews online of guys that talked about shooting a crossbow into this product. So you'll be able to find some stuff, and I think there's some other good YouTube videos of guys shooting a crossbow. Secondly, I don't shoot a lot of broadheads into this target. I primarily shoot field tips the whole year, and maybe I'll put a practice broadhead or a real broadhead on before I go out for a weekend hunt, or if I go on a trip or something like that. So very few and far between do I shoot broadheads into this target. The picture that I'm showing you here is actually one of the sides of this target that I dedicate just to shooting broadheads or practice broadheads. As you can see, it does take a little bit more of a beating. It pulls out a little bit more of the foam, but it's still holding up pretty good, and I'll be able to shoot a lot of arrows into it in the years to come. Alright guys, that's it. Another video for you. As always, I try to put together as much video footage as I can and try to give you as much information as I can, so ultimately, as the consumer, you guys can make the decision on if you like the product or not. Please comment below and stay tuned for our next video. Peace.